Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Never gonna lose, never gonna win. Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Did you see me dancing to that?
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
You've got yellow on. Hello, yellow.
Hello, yellow, fellow yellow.
So we didn't even have a chat about what we were wearing today. But I did let you know that I was going to be wearing my new branded T-shirt. So I've gone yellow, and you've got your lovely hairdo. Kirsty Birch, how the devil are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you, Ash. How are you?
Well, look, I'm just as sad as you, actually, because it's Accountants today. And guess what?
I know.
We're not there, are we?
I literally woke up this morning and I thought, do you know how many people I see on my connections seeing where they were going? I thought, oh, absolutely gutted.
I'm fed up with LinkedIn today. We're at Accountants. This is Accountants. Look, we're at Accountants. It's all Accountants. It's crazy. It's crazy. So what's your excuse for not going?
Because I'm here with you, Ash. I picked that. That's what it was. That's generally what it was. You were more important today.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. So look, I know a few people, okay, in the accounting space, as you know, and you know a few people in the accounting space. So I put some word out, and I've got a little surprise for you here, Kirsty.
Go on.
I've brought you Accountants. And who better than Amy Spillard from Centre?
Hey!
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
It's fantastic. It sounds busy up there.
Welcome to Accountants, guys. You're great, you miss.
Stop it. Stop it.
People there in yellow shirts.
The Iris stand. And we're keeping ourselves going with coffee from Sage.
Oh, fantastic.
There's literally people everywhere. Woo!
It's chaos, but it's so lovely to be back in person, rubbing shoulders with accounting royalty today.
Well, we're rubbing shoulders with accounting royalty today, aren't we, Kirsty?
We are indeed. We are indeed.
I'm loving your T-shirt. It's a great colour.
Pop in. There we go.
Look at that. I love that. I love that. That is superb.
Official supporters of accounting. So yeah, here with all of the Iris crew, representing Centre and all of the others. So yeah, very excited.
I guess there's a few people there that you've never met before.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it started in the middle of a lockdown. So lots of partners, customers, colleagues that I've never met before. So yeah, wonderful to be here.
Fantastic. Who's the guy behind you with the yellow shirt on?
That's Andrew Fink, who's.
I love the yellow.
Exactly, yellow. So actually works in our education team and is one of our market specialists.
Fantastic. It's a good colour, that yellow, don't you think, Kirsty?
It's just bouncing everywhere today. It's following us.
So who have you seen so far, Amy?
All of the usual suspects, to be honest. So as soon as I walked through the door, Penelope Allard, who's very near and dear to us here at Centre, Joe Wood, Zoe Whitman. So yeah, all of the big names.
Royalty, proper royalty.
Yeah, exactly. And the who's who of Iris as well, of course. So Chris Smith, Jim Scott, all of those guys here with us as well today.
Oh, fantastic. Amy, I know you're busy. Thank you so much for popping on.
You're very welcome. You're both very missed. But yeah, we'll catch you.
You bought Account X to us. If we can't make it, you brought it to us. Thank you.
We'll be there next year, won't we, Kirsty? Cheers, Amy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Well, that was a lovely diversion, wasn't it?
It was indeed. It was indeed. Just showing us what we missed.
Well, I don't know about you, but that makes it just worse now, doesn't it?
You know what? I think it's just seeing people, Ash, like just getting back out there, socialising, networking. It's that buzz, isn't it? And I love that buzz. So it's I woke up this morning and I felt that.
Never mind. There is another show. This is my show, so I can talk about anything on my show. There's a digital accountancy show. Are you going to that?
No, do you know what? I'm hearing all these things now, and I'm like, I think I've just booked out so many different things.
You've got a month to sort it out.
It's worth me looking into this. Yeah,
it's the 7th of June. I'll just bring this in because we've got Dan Cockerton. Now your banner at the bottom, look, that's all coming up. We've got Dan Cockerton coming in next week to do this show. He is the Digital Accountancy Show, so we're going to be having a chat with him. So maybe you should join in next week and watch that.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
But I am actually going to be at the Digital Accountancy Show, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah,
so I am getting
you feel worse now. You're actually going somewhere.
Yeah, but you've got a month to sort it out. I don't know about you, but accountants just seem to sneak up on me.
And I kept thinking they were going to get cancelled, you know, only thinking in your head thinking they're going to get cancelled, and they didn't, and now I feel gutted.
Hey, look, don't worry. We're here. We're going to have a little natter. Kirsty Birch, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am. Thank you, Ash. I'm a mindset business coach. I'm a motivational speaker, and I've been in the accounting industry now for nearly 20 years. Recently, really transitioned now from more actually being an accountant to actually working with accountants. It's just because I found a different passion, yet I'm not ready to walk away from it because obviously I still enjoy it. So I want to encourage people who want to start their own business, people that want to just step up the ladder, just promoting that confidence, being that voice and of encouragement. And I've got a lot of energy, so I just want to push people up as much as I can. So, as you know me.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? And I think people with energy, I've been told I've got a lot of energy as well. It's people look to people like you. It's like, oh, how did she do it? How did she do it? But it's not difficult. It's just getting on and doing it, and stop worrying about stuff, isn't it? And
just
like
a bit of action rather than thinking and worrying over it. Just go for things, even if it's imperfect as it is. Any action, like you were just saying earlier, if you want to film yourself doing something, just do it. Just get out there and do it. You're never going to know unless you try things, are you? So
no, absolutely. So you're a mindset coach.
Yeah, I know. And do you know what?
So let's really dig into that. What is that? What's the difference between a mindset coach and another coach?
For one, it's me. I'm a bit different anyway. I'm not the standard kind of coach. You know, I want to work with people that have a lot of fears, a lot of doubts, a lot of, worry, self-belief. And I hate seeing it. Do you know how many clients I work with who could have the potential to do great things, and yet they stop themselves because they worry so much? And that's what I want to encourage, because there's opportunities out there, guys, especially since this pandemic. There's plenty of opportunities out there. You've just got to want them. And if you want it that much, well, then you just need to go for it. And that's what a coach does. And for me, the mindset is a big blockage for a lot of people, and that's why I collaborate the two, because you can't have a successful business without having somebody who runs it in the right mindset. So
yeah, and I don't like to generalize, but many accountants are quite happy sitting in front of a calculator or a computer knocking out spreadsheets and tax returns, and they don't think that they can do the stuff that you're trying to get people to do.
You could do anything you want in life, can't you? And I think that's the difference. A lot of people plod, don't they? They stick at the 9 till 5. I'm not saying that's wrong, because some people that is, that's fantastic for them. But for me, I don't like staying still. I want to elevate. And I know there's lots of people out there that could potentially just rise up the ladder a little bit if they want to stay within their job. But they just need that little bit of encouragement, that little bit of self-belief. And then I have others that think, I can do this myself. Like, I'm physically doing all of this work. I can do this. I've got the experience. I've got the qualifications. I'm ready. Yet something holds them back, Ash. And it's that little bit of fear. And I think that's what I want to come in and do, is like, right, let's go. What's stopping you? Start being accountable for everything. Just go for things. Life's too short.
It is. Yeah, it is. So you said accountability. So I think that's a key thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. You've got to be accountable for every action you take, or lack of. A lot of people, the lack of actions, they don't do it. And you can't blame others for not achieving. You can't blame others. Like, if you don't pass an exam, the only reason you don't pass an exam is because of you. There's no one else that sits there. And there's also nobody else that applies the pressure as much as what we do ourselves. So I think sometimes it's also giving yourself the credit for your achievements as well, because you did that.
Yeah, absolutely. We do forget, though, don't we? Someone will turn around to me and go, oh, this hasn't done very well. I was doing some training today on LinkedIn. Okay. Just before so what I do is everybody that's on the cohort this week, they're in a little chat box, and somebody putting into a chat box, they found a poll on LinkedIn today, and they went, how on earth has this got this many votes? And so my answer back was, it doesn't matter. It's what you're doing. Don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to them. Compare yourself to where you are today and to where you are tomorrow and where you are next year.
Yeah,
and the reason my answer to the question was the reason that poll got X number of votes is the person that wrote the poll has got 20,000 followers on LinkedIn.
They've done the hard work.
With 20,000 followers on LinkedIn, you'd expect to get 20,000 votes, wouldn't you? So 700 votes is pretty rubbish. when you look at it like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I'm massive on the comparison is the thief of joy. You can't compare yourself to nobody else. What you bring to the table, what you deliver, totally different to how somebody else would apply that. Totally different. And that's not a bad thing. It's good to be different. Who wants to blend? I am not about blending. You've got to stand out. Be remembered for the right reasons.
Well, and the wrong reasons. Sometimes it doesn't matter, does it?
This is true. If you remember for the wrong reasons, there's a lesson to be learned. You would have learned something from that, I can assure you.
Absolutely. And I love the way you spin that around. And that's what I do. So my kids will say something, and I say, yeah, but it's not as bad as, oh, Dad, don't be a coach. Just give me a hug.
But it becomes natural, doesn't it? I think when you've got that there, and I try to really have a positive outlook on life, and look, as much as things happen and, you know, them experiences might not be the greatest experiences, you've got to learn to take a positive lesson from it. There will always be a lesson there, and just got to look at it in a positive way, because it will definitely change what you do next time round.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you do with the Dementors then, Kirsty? I don't know if you know Harry Potter.
I do know Harry Potter. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So
you know who the Dementors are, aren't they? They come in and they how was your weekend? Oh, it was really don't
let them drain me, Ash. Seriously, do you know how many people I've met like this? Even last week I had a few around me, and I've literally have to shut off from them toxic people, because it's like when you walk into a room, isn't it? And you can be as positive you want. If somebody else has got that negative mindset, it will zap and drain you so much. I'm not about that. And even with any negative thoughts, especially being Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm fully aware of how it impacts people. And you've got to allow them thoughts to come in, and then just allow them to leave your mind, and then move on. You can't keep moving forward. You can't stay still. It takes over otherwise, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It certainly does. So you've been working with accountants and bookkeepers for 20 years.
I've been in that industry. Yeah, I know. It makes me feel very old. I'm only 37 as well.
I was going to say, you must have started really young. So what challenges do you see accountants and bookkeepers having at this particular moment, Kirsty?
Do you know what? I've been having a lot of research conversations with people at the moment, because I'm trying to put a new program together, just putting it out there. Literally overwhelmed. So many people I'm talking to at the moment are just overwhelmed. I think the workload is just full on. I think a lot of people are working from home still, and the overwhelm, not having that social interaction, literally being on your own. It's a bit of loneliness there. And that's a few people I spoke to recently this week. This is why I know Accountants, there's going to be buzzing up there, because it's that interaction at the moment, isn't it? It is literally just getting out there, speaking to other people who are in the industry, just talking about work, but in a different way, rather than talking to yourself. And the pandemic's definitely had an impact on a lot of people, not only with overwhelm, but also on their confidence at the moment to be able to achieve things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So how do you help accountants and bookkeepers get over the overwhelm?
Then when they work with me, I literally break it down. So we will break it down into sort of pillars, into just certain areas of their life. And I always start with a mindset thing, because I know that it's a trigger. It can be anything that's happening at home, happening at work, anything like that is a trigger. And I will just work with people, because everybody has the answers. They just need somebody to get it out of them. Asking the right questions, applying it in the right way. And I make it my mission in life to instill as much confidence, as much self-belief, as much motivation into everyone I speak to, everyone I work with. Because we can do anything. We're amazing people. We just we are still human, though, and fear does creep in. So I also make them aware of that they're not the only ones that have these feelings. It's a natural thing. You've just got to be able to see a different way, a different approach, and the world can be your oyster.
Yeah, absolutely. You really are super positive. I love this. So with working with accountants and stuff like that, what's your top tip that you can give to accountants and bookkeepers today?
Top tip. For one, if you are procrastinating, write down. I've literally been doing this myself recently. So every goal that I want to achieve, everything I want to do, I will mind sort of map it a bit, and then I will sub map it off that as well. So if it's the certain goals that, right, within 3 months, I want to achieve this. Okay. And then I'll write down why this is important to me. All of those things. And I literally just work through it as to make it understandable for me. This is why it's important, why I want to achieve these things, why I want to do these things. Especially if it's a pay rise and things like that, literally give yourself the compliments for everything that you do in life and just write it all down, what you do at work, why you think you're worthy of this, and go and ask for it. Like, seriously, if I can encourage anyone in anything, top tip at the moment is never sit still. Just keep moving forward. Ask for it. Never be afraid to just ask for something. What are you going to get told? No?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why Amy came on the show, because I just asked.
That's it. And if you didn't ask, she wouldn't have come on, you know?
Absolutely. You've got a fan here. Harish is saying it's a great live, Kirsty. So thanks very much, Harish. If anyone's got any questions for Kirsty, just come away in the chat box and let me know. We're here for a few more minutes. So what's the best story of how you've helped an accountant or a bookkeeper?
Okay, so I had a client actually only about a month ago reach out to me. I did a session with her, first session, and this is why I like what I do. Okay, so she's working for somebody part-time, wants to create her own bookkeeping business, has knowledge there, doesn't know how to do it. Literally gave her a few tips, come off the call, just instilled that motivation. And she come back to me, she said, I've literally quit my job. I know I didn't know that was a good feeling. She quit her job, went on her own, got all her AAT QB, so she's got all her license, started already reaching out to clients. This sense of like empowerment that she had, Ash, that is more rewarding than any financial gain. When you can help somebody actually realize what their worth is and what they're valued at, that is so empowering. So left me a fantastic review. You know, it's amazing what she done. But I just come off there and thought, do you know what? I did this, and I know I can do that with many, many people. It's a sense of satisfaction, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why I love coaching. So I've only been coaching for a few years, and it's like I've found why I'm here.
Yeah,
and it really is just incredible. You talk to somebody, oh, I can't do that, and then they go away and they do it, and we talk about it. And I was working with somebody, and they said to me, we've got a client, and I said, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you know they're not paying this, and you should be charging blah 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 blah. And I said, if you take all of that and put all of that and say it like this and mean it and blah blah blah, you'll get this huge fee. And oh, they never pay that, they never pay that, they never pay that.
It's that resistance, isn't it?
But if they do, Ash, I'll buy you a bottle of whiskey. And I said, you don't need to. Anyway, message me. I'm going to buy you a bottle of whiskey. I said, the fact that you've got that
is amazing.
Yeah, because the thing is, right, when I have that next conversation, you remember that client who you bought me the bottle of whiskey for? Yeah. Well, you know you can do it now, don't you?
And that's it.
That's the thing.
And that is the little nuggets, isn't it? I think that you can instill into somebody is just that self-confidence. And so many clients, when you just said that, this is where I'm working with people at the moment, as they are so resistant to increasing prices, so resistant to worried about losing clients. And you can't think like that. They're not the right clients for you then. You've got to be able to think, I'll find different clients. You've got to think in abundance, people, not limit yourself.
But this is the thing, right? We sit here in our little shed, all right, with our yellow T-shirt on, thinking no one's ever going to pay that. Yeah. But meanwhile, I've just paid 75 quid to get some guy out to look at my washing machine. Yeah.
Literally. I watched something yesterday and they said, how can you sit there and undervalue your service when Louis Vuitton charge how many thousands for a key ring? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I thought you can't put a value on your worth. You're worth what you're worth and you charge what you charge. And if them clients are not attracted to you, then they're not the right clients for you. And it's as simple as that. Yeah. Move forward.
Yeah. And that's what we've got to understand, isn't it? Because value is in the eye of the beholder. Mm-hmm. I do a workshop on pricing, and my two daughters have bought two different cars. They bought a new car within 6-8 months of each other. One's bought a Volvo, one's bought a Dacia. So one's really budget, the other one's quite flash.
Yeah.
they both do the same thing. And when I put the two cars on top of each other on a slide, you can hardly make out the one over the other because they're that similar.
And that's it.
But one door, and these are two kids that come from the same parents. All right. It's not like we've got one brought up in a poor family and one brought up in a rich family. They are the identical parents, the same upbringing. And one spends this much on a car and the other one spends nearly twice as much.
Different perspective, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so if you were talking to daughter number one about your accountancy services, she would only pay this much, whereas the other one would pay this much. But it'd probably be the other way around because the other one values the services more than she does a car.
That's it. And that's exactly it. Exactly that. I like that thinking.
Yeah, no, it is incredible. But the thing is, we're stuck in our shed. We don't think we're worth what we're charging, and it's getting over that. And that's why we need a mindset coach like you, Kirsty.
That's it. To just
I want to watch you doing what you do. I bet it's hilarious.
When you see those blockages there as a coach, it's like, right, I find it a challenge because I can see it from the offset straight away, how people's languages, you can just pick it up, can't you? As you know this. So when you know that I could get serious results here, and you get them their return on investment, what they've paid in their coaching and more, and it's not just the return on investment. I think it just opens up their eyes to different opportunities. Totally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's good.
So how can people get hold of you?
So they can have a look at me on my website, www.kirstybirch.com. Message me on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, the same URL. So you'll find me there. And yeah, just reach out. I work with anyone. It doesn't even have to be accountants and bookkeepers. Anyone who's got a vision, anyone's got a dream, anyone wants to do something with their life, there's always someone who will listen, always someone who will elevate you. So
fantastic. And before you go, you need to tell me about this new course that you're working on.
So I'm launching my 12-week program soon, but I'm going to do a sort of bite-sized boot camp version of it, sort of 4-week course, 30-day course, just trying to create as much noise as I can for people to not feel so resistant. Exactly what we were just talking about, increasing prices, attracting new clients and working with the clients you've already got, monetizing on what you've already got. A lot of people don't do this. You can upsell to your clients, doing it a different way. You've got to, these people have already bought from you. They already know what your worth is, what your value is. And mostly is keeping on top of your monthly goals, keeping on top of your targets. How can you see how you've performed if you're not actually watching and then analysing what you're doing? So I want to create a course like this. It's just having the mindset in, working together with those business ideas and just, getting out there and just creating big noise.
We've got
I'm excited, Ash. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant. We've got a new term now. It's called birching. Helen, I absolutely love.
You know what, Helen? She's not the first one to have said this to me. No joke. And I looked up what birching meant. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Isn't it whipping with a piece of stick? Yeah.
But it's probably my kind of character. I am all about accountability. I'm all about confidence. I'm all about action. So it probably does suit me, Helen. You're right.
Fantastic. I've got one more question. I know we brought him up at the beginning of the show, but I just want to let everybody know that next week we've got Dan Cockerton coming on, sitting in that chair there. He is from the Digital Accountancy Show. We've just been talking about that as well. So you're coming, aren't you?
Do you know what? I'm going to get straight off this call and I'm going to look at the dates. 100%.
Fantastic. It's the 8th of June. Okay. I'll be there. I'm chairing. I'm not chairing. What do you call it? I'm introducing the fireside chat. So I'll be chatting to a couple of lovely people. So I'll be there as well. So it'll be great to actually meet up eventually. My last question to you today is, what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were at primary school?
I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
I wanted to be a lawyer or a detective, and I even contemplated this recently as well. After I thought, if I'm kind of changing things, could I go into something that I wanted to do? But it's not really for me. Once I found this now, I thought, right, I like the motivational side. So for me, I'm just going to be going more as the speaker as well, just to get out there and just making that noise. But yeah, I wanted to be a lawyer. Maybe I like debating.
maybe. But hey, legal's loss is our gain. Where can we see you talking?
Well, I've got a few podcasts lined up like yourselves, and I'm trying to just get out there. If anybody needs speakers, just get out there and reach out to me. But I'm literally going to be contacting everyone, Ash. You know me. I'm just out there making myself heard for all the right intentions.
Fantastic. Kirsty, you've been a lovely guest today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to everybody joining us. We'll be back next week. And look, we missed out on accountants. We'll make the most of the Digital Accountancy Show. You take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, Ash. Bye.